Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. In a different part of the yard. We got Tractor Boy over there with the leaf blower. It's literally been going for hours all day. Fortunately, he's on the other side of the house. So, today's topic is going to be perceived danger and mental health. Now, disclaimer, I am not a mental health professional. I am not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I don't have a psychology major. I don't have any official credentials surrounding mental health. Just 50 some odd years of living on this planet and observing and learning about TMS and the mind-body reasons for pain and symptoms. And this is just my opinion. So if anybody says, who's this guy and what's he talking about? I'm just sharing my opinion. So, like it or not, this is just what I think. And if you've been following my work for, past 8-10 months, you probably have heard me talking about perceived danger as the primary cause of pain. If the brain perceives danger, the warning signal, is the pain. So, how does perceived danger tie into mental health, anxiety, depression, right? Even other things like PTSD, OCD. I won't go into the real deep psychological diagnoses like schizophrenia and those types of things. I do still think that, schizophrenics had a lot of really heavy childhood trauma, which caused their brain as a survival strategy to develop multiple personalities. So I don't have a lot of expertise in that. It's just my take, my opinion. But things like PTSD, OCD, depression, anxiety, if you really think about it, what's at the core of all that stuff? Well, perhaps some childhood trauma, some scary experiences growing up as a kid, as an adult, whether it be a health thing or a, relationship, interaction, socially thing. It's really easy to see that perceived danger could be at the core of all this stuff. And so if that's the case, in mental health, the anxiety, you have general anxiety. Well, isn't that a lot of just fear? It's the physical manifestation of fear. It's the sensation of adrenaline and cortisol and all the variety of symptoms that show up, or sensations, I'll say, that show up as a result of the anxiety. But underlying that, isn't there just perceived danger? And so what happens when we're anxious and fearful and we're flooded with adrenaline and cortisol? What happens to our thinking? It spins faster and faster. Again, isn't the undercurrent there perceived danger? And so if you are challenged with some mental health issues and you are convincing yourself that, wow, because of my mental health issues, I'm not going to be able to get rid of TMS. Guess what? The same exact suggestions I have in teaching our brain and subconscious that we're actually safe in the moment, that there's nothing bad going on, can help with mental health. It definitely can. We just had a success story. Ingrid, I'm pretty sure she said she thought she was depressed. No, she was really sad and she had no hope. When she got hope and found out that there was a way out of her physical health issues, she really wasn't depressed. So, my opinion, depression is sadness plus no hope. You get hope, you're not depressed anymore, you're just sad. And if you're solving one of the primary reasons for your sadness, which may be chronic illness or chronic pain, not only do you have hope that you can get out, but once you get out, you're no longer sad. So I guess it all depends on the reason behind depression. And sometimes it's a lot of self-esteem. A lot of it is self-critical thoughts and behaviors. And a lot of that was based on what you were taught growing up as a kid. If your parents, friends, family treated you as if you were unworthy, well, it's very easy to see how many adults can feel unworthy as an adult. And so, I do believe that in that case, we have the ability to support ourselves and treat ourselves as if we want to be treated, as if we wish we were treated growing up, right? Treat yourself like you would a best friend. Because if we're waiting for the outside world to make us feel good about ourselves, some of us might be waiting a long time, depending upon the type and caliber of people we're surrounding ourselves with. And oh, by the way, if you're surrounding yourself with people who make you feel worse, and they're not family that you're stuck with, and they're just friends, I'm not sure they're friends if they're making you feel worse about yourself. You know? We can't pick our family, but we can pick how often we see them, unless you're stuck living with them. In that case, different story. Off on a tangent. So, mental health. I think the undercurrent underneath so many mental health issues is perceived danger. And that being said, to me, it just makes common sense that safety is a solution. How do you feel safe emotionally? By feeling the emotions, showing your subconscious that emotions are not dangerous. By feeling them without judgment. Lose this story. I've done videos on getting out of story mode. Story mode is basically rumination. Well, if the rumination is there based on fear, well, what can you do to teach yourself you're safe? You can actually do a check on reality. Am I truly in danger, or am I just socially awkward? You know? And I know for somebody with social anxiety, being in a social situation truly feels dangerous. But if you do a reality check and go, but am I really? And if the undercurrent of that is not feeling worthy, or your self-esteem is low because some other people that you grew up with made you feel like crap, once again, perceived danger seems to be in the undercurrent of all this stuff. So again, my opinion is safety is a solution. Not just to TMS, perceived danger pain, but perceived danger mental health issues. And if you are struggling with mental health issues, a good question to ask is, how can I make myself feel safer? How can I truly make myself feel safer? Right? So feel your emotions, relax your body so that you can breathe. And here's the key thing, especially if you've got mental health challenges and you believe, you know, that's a really big issue and it's going to prevent you from living your life the way you want, getting rid of your TMS or perceived danger pains. If you're challenged by the mental health stuff, one of the key things I teach is don't take your own thinking so seriously, right? The OCD thoughts, the anxious thoughts, you know, the fearful thoughts, the worrisome thoughts. You know, we don't have to believe our thinking. We don't have to take our own thinking seriously. And so that alone should help all of these mental health challenges to simmer down, right? Perceived danger. It's in the undercurrent of all physical symptoms, chronic pain, and I do believe most, I won't say all, but most mental health issues are really driven by perceived danger. What do you guys think? What do you gals think? Does that sound like it's accurate? I'd really like to hear your feedback on it, because this is just me brainstorming on mental health and how it relates to the brain perceiving danger. Because if you're perceiving danger, it's very likely that your thinking's going to speed up and go faster and faster with all the fearful, oh my God, how do I keep safe? And this is bad, right? So I'd love to hear your feedback on this video. And let me know whether or not you think I'm remotely on target, that many mental health challenges are based on the brain perceiving danger socially, mentally, emotionally, right? So, what do you guys think? Comment below. Love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.